Good now, revolutionaries, and welcome to Rise Up After Dark.
Are you sure Will? We are sure that Will.
I sure Will?
We're marginally sure that Will.
Will. Oh, Will.
Ooh. Will better. I told Will that I can't possibly defend him from the people anymore, and I will exclusively be talking shit every second that he's not here.
Every single second. And I'm just pretending that you're a caveman because Will better now. Oh, and I think he's about to show up.
He's pretending to cough so that we all cut him some
I'm so
slack.
much better now, guys.
Oh, there. Are you Rise Up After Dark in the dark? Oh, no. It was just dark for me for a second.
Oh, I was like, what do you mean?
Come on into the TikTok stream too, and I'll put the poster board up and I'll give people the commercial to tell them this is the place where we get together once a week, let our hair down, BYOB and DYOR. Everybody in crypto always says do your own research, but nobody ever tells you what the hell they mean. That's exactly what we're here to do, is walk you through how to do your own crypto research, to demonstrate the tools, the websites, ask the questions from experience that you may not even know you ought to ask as we investigate different crypto projects, companies, and consider, is this worth another look? We were supposed to have our friend Genia tonight. He had to reschedule just due to some complications, but we have got the one, the only William Watson back on the show.
I'm totally healthy. I'm so healthy. If I cough, it's because I'm just, it's a new exercise for my lungs.
Well, man, do you have anything you want to say to the people as an intro, reintroduction?
An apology, perhaps.
What are altcoins? What do we do? What do we do here? What do I do at my second job? Do people like me?
As we started to fill you in the other day, you've missed a hell of a week in this space.
Hey, you guys told me. I was like, what happened, guys? I haven't looked at a chart. I told Alex and Evan, I was like, I haven't looked at a chart in 6 days, which was true. I hadn't looked at Bitcoin's chart or any chart since I did my morning update for the first time today. And then Evan and Alex are like, oh boy, we have something to tell you about Argentina. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, Argentina rug pulled a meme coin. And I'm like, okay, wait, what?
We have to put a cherry on top of that whole debacle, though, and just point out that that in the wake of all of that nonsense, Adam22, adult film star, tweets yesterday in the morning that he's on his way to crypto. He's going to drop a meme coin. Every comment was excoriating. They were truly awful. Well placed, but awful. And CoffeeZilla responds to him that, like, hey, buddy, this is truly the worst idea.
The worst time.
Which is probably saying something. And then reaches out to him in DMs just like, hey, listen, dude, like, don't. The admissions that this dude made to Coffee in the DMs were unbelievable. The essence of it was like, I have no clue what's going on. I was just paid to post the tweet. And then he's like, okay, but you also said it's going to be the biggest meme coin on Solana. So, like, your fans are going to get wrecked. And he's like, I don't really think they will, because I don't think any of my fans know anything about crypto. So it's not going to be them. And he's like, okay, well, regardless, lots of people are going to get wrecked. And he's just straight up, he's just like, I don't care. It's a lot of money. And then full send, the meme goes live. It does exactly what you think it would. Light, little pump up, sniped into oblivion, dumpsters into the ground. And immediately, like within hours, he follows it up with another tweet that says, and I'm not making this up. Fact check at your own risk, because it does involve looking at his
fact
Twitter,
check yourself, brother.
Awful. But he's just like, hey guys, that didn't go great. Who should I talk to make sure the next one goes better?
The next one.
And
Well,
if you
I
thought
don't
the
know.
comments on the first post were bad, you should see the comments on the second post.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Adam 22.
He's an adult film star, apparently.
Don't come for me. Yeah.
Come for
He's
him.
to put it politely, he's
Uh-oh.
a clueless tourist.
Don't put him on the screen.
Yeah. At your own risk there, buddy. But
Okay,
anyway,
well,
Yeah,
truly awesome.
interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't-
it's been a week, and even to top that cherry with a little chocolate on top, Pi Network is launching tomorrow, so we are absolutely in for. I mean, is this the bottom? It's anybody's guess. Let us know what you're drinking, what you're thinking. I have got chocolate milk with a little bit of
Ooh.
oh my gosh, why can't I Grand Marnier warmed up because it's cold outside, and I also have just about a half a cup of very stale champagne from like 2 months ago that's just been living in our fridge, and I keep saying to Kimberly,
God.
I'm going to drink that, and she keeps saying, do you want that for after dark? And I keep saying no, and so I have no more excuses, and I'm not sure how it's going to go with this like champagne and Grand Marnier, but that's surely how our night is going to go tonight if it's if the week in crypto has been any indication. So let us know what you're thinking. I don't have a list of altcoins because we were supposed to talk to Jenny tonight. But
It's okay.
I don't know.
We can just do a regular episode. You know?
Just do a regular episode.
Shit.
Well, we should give Will a chance to reacquaint himself with the platform and the people. And Will, give us a quick
Blueberries and
synopsis on every single thing that's happened across all of the markets for the past 6 days. Go.
Right. Yeah. So
All of it.
right
all the
when I
data.
got sick, CPI inflation came in aggressively hot. Right. That's right before I got sick, and then the lights went dark for me. So CPI inflation came out. Right. And no, the
Rumor
lights like
has
really
it that
went
Will
dark,
was sick
dark.
because of the inflation.
Yeah, the inflation came in hot, and I then had to go to the hospital.
Gave him a fever.
Gave me more than a fever, man. It was brutal, but it made me do all sorts of things. But yeah, the CPI came in ridiculously hot. I didn't have a chance to dive into it and see what exactly was running up. I would imagine it was our typical culprits of food and housing, is what I imagine it was, because that's
It was food, definitely.
yeah, food definitely, particularly poultry products. I mean, you've seen eggs and shit like that go up like crazy. But CPI inflation came in like 0.2% hotter than it was supposed to, which is a sizable increase, something around that range. And then the next day later, PPI inflation came in, and PPI inflation came in hot, but not quite as hot in comparison to CPI. After that, I don't really have too much to tell you that I can say with confidence from a macro standpoint, because I haven't been paying attention. So that's all I have other than that. But the interesting thing is that during that time, we've had the stock market actually do surprisingly well. In fact, the stock market's been doing better than Bitcoin has the past few days. Over the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, we've actually had a nice, decent-sized rally in the S&P 500 to make a new all-time high, and yet Bitcoin's been a laggard. You know, finally Bitcoin decouples from the stock market at a time when the stock market goes up in value. Wow, wonderful, great.
Yeah.
But all of that I would say is that it looks like, you know, as I gave an update on Bitcoin this morning, that we're still looking for some more consolidation, but that the time of consolidation for Bitcoin is becoming less and less and less and less and less based on what we're seeing on the weekly candles and the weekly chart. So this market could be boring for another week or two, but, you know, we're getting close to the end. We're getting close to the point where, you know, we're getting close to the time for Bitcoin to start to move again, for altcoins to start to move again. FTX payments started yesterday. Granted, the money that people are getting back, for those of you who are unaware, FTX went bankrupt, 4 years ago now at this point? And now they're finally starting to pay people back. Now they're paying people back based on the value of the cryptocurrency was back in 2022. So, you know, if you had Bitcoin back then, you're getting, you're not getting the Bitcoin that's worth today as it was in 2022. However, if you had Ethereum, you're getting your Ethereum back at the
Honestly,
same
at a premium.
yeah, at a premium. Yeah, you're getting your Ethereum back at a premium. But the thing is they're not getting paid back in cryptocurrency. They're getting paid back in cash. So right now you have altcoin investors. The first wave are people who were smaller investors. So they had $50,000 or less. They're getting their money back first over this next week or so. And we should hopefully start to see an injection of cash into the altcoin market. And then we'll start to see, if we can start to get some movement here with Bitcoin. The last thing that I'll say is if you look at Bitcoin's price over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days. These 16 past daily candles have just not moved at all, Which the longer and longer that goes on for, the sooner and sooner you should expect a very large move in Bitcoin.
Because that seems
sooner
crazy to me that it's been that amidst all of this, it's been that flat. I feel like that says a lot about just like the state of everyone's. Are we in the bad place right now? Yes. Are we still also ludicrously bullish on Bitcoin? Also, yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a recovery rally in Bitcoin over this week, but I would just be careful of hoping for a very, very large candle.
Can we zoom in a little bit on the... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Alex.
I just think about, Will, I forget who you quoted or, when you phrased it originally, just, when you sit here and you look at this and you contemplate, the possibility of a rocket ship up or a plummet down and, trying to imagine a target, like cut it by half or whatever. If you're imagining that some sort of a push could send Bitcoin to 125K, like let's talk about 105.
Let's just talk about 100 first.
Right. And I only say like a little bit more because this range has been just over 100. Like the wicks up have been, touching 100 and then, hitting a 102, 103, that kind of thing. And still kind of bebopping around in that little neighborhood, which just continues to blow my mind that we went to 100 and never left. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, basically just sitting right there. But the thing is like, this is the last thing I'll say from a technical standpoint. If you pull up the chart and you pull up the stochastic RSI in the weekly time frame, we're in very overbought or oversold territory. Like, you should be getting ready over the next 1 to 3 weeks or so for there to start to be a rebound, and for that rebound to last maybe 3 whole months. And so, this is the saddest time of the market. This is the most boring time of the market. It's when you should really be potentially looking to buy some strong pieces.
Even if you're reevaluate, you got to be paying attention right now. Like this is not the time to walk away.
So let's zoom into this. Let's zoom into Solana then, because that's wait. God. We got a banana boy. We got a banana boy in the chat.
Will, is that Will?
What's going on?
This is Will.
Will, aka Banana Boy.
Hello.
You also look like you might be a little under the weather, or is it just the lighting, or is it just the banana?
I don't know.
It's not as big as usual.
It could be all those things. Yeah, well, I've been eating it more quickly this time.
Okay, give us a banana update.
They are still nutritious and full of potassium. I recommend them about 2 days before peak ripeness. I'm not the
that was good.
Yeah, that's what I recommend for your banana eating habits.
I was hoping to have that banana with my breakfast in the morning.
Well,
that was the last banana.
Ladies and gentlemen, Will Watson, our banana man on the streets. Thank you very much for the banana update. I saw your stunt video the other day where you got rigged and pulled and spun, and that was a killer setup, man. That was really killer.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Those are some of the stunt coordinators I work with on some of the stuff I shoot, and they're great.
Okay, tell the folks at home where they can catch up with and watch your adventures if they're feeling like they're ready to give up on Will because he's just sick and they need a new love.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Chris Watson Act.
Chris Watson Act. Beautiful. And with that, thank you, Master. Thank you for the banana update. Also in the chat, Justin suggests that every time we get a gwump, you have to drink. So I loved that. I'm dinging your brother, but I also am going to gwump for a drink. This is my question, though, about the market is you talk about, we're expecting maybe another week or two of and then some uptimes. I think everybody's ready for some uptimes. Let's talk about the Solana unlock, and let's talk about the FTX distribution, because there are a lot of interesting ways this could play out, and I'm curious to get your speculation. I think a lot of people in retail are really FOMOing about this particular upcoming unlock of like 3% of Solana's supply. In the past, Solana, like many crypto tokens, has experienced big unlocks that have temporarily brought the price down, and sentiment is down right now, but the macro picture is super bullish. People are getting FTX cash back. And I've got to believe that if people are still long-term excited, that a lot of them are going to throw some of that money, maybe most of it, into Solana. And I don't know about you guys, but I certainly would be lining up to buy the dip if we got one.
Yeah, I think...
Go ahead, Will.
Here's. I think a lot of people are taking a look at this, major downturn we've had in crypto over the past number of months now, and saying, "Damn, I wish I had more Bitcoin. Damn, I wish I had more Solana." And I think a lot of people are like, "Damn, those bigger coins that everyone told me, you can only make like 50% on this, Best case scenario, you can 3x your money on this, And I think a lot of people are going, damn, I kind of wish I had some of my portfolio in one of those bigger coins, because those coins, have dropped. Bitcoin has barely fallen some. Solana's, fallen a little bit. But my other coin is down 90% right now. And so the drop that Solana's had looks very small and calm and solid and safe and secure in comparison. So I really kind of wish I had some more. So I think you will have people who get some cash to go, cool, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to buy some Bitcoin. I'm going to buy some Solana. And so I do think you're going to have a lot of people who look at this 3% supply increase as an opportunity. Another thing too is, yes, supply increases no matter the coin absolutely put sell side pressure on the coin. But if there's a coin that's super, 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 super high in demand, that's not a huge problem. I mean, look at what happened with Ondo. Ondo had a huge, massive supply unlock come, and its price did pretty damn well. And people took it as a buying opportunity for the most part, based on what I saw happen in the charts at that time. And I think Solana is just like Ondo, if not more so, in the sense that there's demand for it, and you have a lot of people who've been shaken up by this fall in crypto going, I kind of wish I had more FTX, or not FTX, some more Solana and maybe some more Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, I think
what do you think?
You got to remember too that the act of an unlock is an amplifier to current sentiment for whatever the project is going through. So with Ondo, which was getting exclusively good news and good coverage and good press and more excitement, the unlock makes a couple people nervous, but overall people will frame it and talk about it as a buying opportunity. Here, Solana is getting dragged through the mud because of crime season, which is, not 100% unfair, but also I think just kind of speaks to the nature of a non-censored network. Like if we accuse Solana of being centralized and more heavily censored and controlled, and yet we're also yelling at the foundation for not banning and canceling every single person who runs a meme over there, that's kind of part of the problem. What I mean by crime season is the fact that some blatantly illegal meme coin rugs and scams have been taking place. All of them are launching on Solana, not because Solana is ripe for crime. It kind of is just because that's where all the people and all the liquidity and all the attention is. If a different chain was exploding with that much volume, that's where the scammers would go. So you attract people, you attract their liquidity, the criminals are going to go there to do crime. That's just kind of how it works. So if you take that current sentiment with Solana and toss in a token unlock, even though supply-wise, it's the same percentage within, I think, 0.2% of the Aptos unlock, the Sui unlock, and there's one other big one that's very closely timed that also has the same percentage, if not a slightly higher percentage of unlock happening at about the same time. And not a single whisper on social media about any of those other unlocks, because the unlock amplifies the fact that people are scared about Solana right now because of crime season.
Interesting.
And,
I am
there's
in
nothing-
agreement.
There's nothing to suggest that liquidity is moving to Sonic at all.
No.
Yeah, but Sonic is on our list tonight. You know, it moved up
Mhm.
like 17% or something like that. A lot of people are excited about it, and they're asking why. They're
Yep.
saying
wasn't Sonic
it's
wasn't Sonic
tremendous.
something before?
Yeah, it was
Two
Phantom.
Sonics.
That's
FT.
right.
Sonic. Just for the record.
But there
two
is a
Sonics.
Sonic, right? There's a project on Sonic blockchain, but it's the ecosystem is hot right now. Like the S token, which is Sonic, and then there's I forget what the Sonic project is. That's the one that Amy was telling us about.
Yeah, the Dex.
It's a no, I'm thinking of another one that's a decentralized social media thing. And we could look it all up tonight. Do you want to pivot there? That's one of the projects on our list to talk about. And it's been a minute since we've talked about Phantom or Sonic.
Yeah,
The last time we talked about it, if people want to play along at home, was when DeFi Daddy, aka Decentralized Father, our friend Nathan, was here on the show. He was giving us some DeFi AI picks, some of which were in the Sonic ecosystem. Most notably was Hanon. But I really haven't taken a good look at it, honestly, truly.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember everything that I had written down in our conversation with DeFi Daddy, and I remember being impressed, but I don't remember why.
Oh, you don't?
Tell me why.
Then
I
in that
also-
case, I said, let's
I also
look at
don't remember what happened a week ago, but you know.
There's that.
you know. So I've got that one written down. I've also got from the folks in our Discord, Axelar, Centrifuge, VVV, Venice Token, and Bob on YouTube suggested this morning that we take a look at Boss Token, which is Rick Ross's token. He just said the website was unbearable and had terrible music, so I thought it might be fun for a laugh
Okay,
at the
well,
end.
that'd be fun.
And then if you want to submit an altcoin pick to us, I wanted to let you know if this sounds fun, you want to get connected with a community of learners at all levels of experience. The place to go is the Discord. It's discord.gg/riseup. It's totally free to join. The only thing missing is you. We've got a ton of stuff. And I want to especially encourage you to check out the premium membership trial, because you can get 7 days totally free to get access to all the PDF guides we've ever done, discounts on every class, coaching, all that stuff. You don't have to spend a dime to learn with us, but if you want to accelerate your learning journey, the premium memberships, I think, are a fantastic value. They're designed to save you a lot of money. And the price is going up in 2 days, but you can try it for free at theriseupmorningshow.com. And we would love to see you there. Alex, I see you've got the chart up, so give me a second. Let me get my shoulder at the ready. And I will do a screen share as soon as my computer wheel stops spinning. I'm going to have a new computer, you guys, in like
Anytime real
soon.
soon now.
Anytime
Crypto
real soon.
Machinery
now.
asks, how is this not a top signal? And my favorite tweet of the day goes to Mac, and he's like, I can't tell the difference between top and bottom signals anymore.
I got to give him a ding for that. Okay,
So hang on. Oh wait, sorry.
Yep.
Go ahead. Are we talking Phantom to Sonic?
That's
Phantom
the
to Sonic. Yep.
Can we talk about the reason why? Because I just looked it up quickly, and all I saw was harder, better, faster, stronger.
Yeah. I would
that
have to
about
back
right?
out of the screen share to get you my notes. Are you ready to talk about it, Alex? Can you tell him why? Tell me why.
Wow, did you just acapella the soundboard?
Yeah, and it was like half-hearted. It wasn't even that good. I was worried about the volume.
I thought it sounded nice.
me why. You know.
Okay, ask me again. I was answering a comment.
Phantom to Sonic.
Yeah.
Why the upgrade? Why the rebrand?
Because
Other than faster, harder, better, stronger.
yeah, we we're
My understanding is it's a fork of some kind.
we're just in a little bit of an upgrade meta. And if I remember correctly, Sonic now, Phantom previously is actually a DAG, not a blockchain. But I'm fact checking myself because I'm not 100% positive about that.
Oh,
Is that right? Don't come for me. Someone help me.
It aims to
Fact
provide
check
better
yourself,
scalability,
brother.
enhanced security, and improved functionality.
It says chain. Hold on.
yeah, but go down to that. I can get my notes if I stop the screen share.
Yeah,
We're just
okay.
looking at
I
the
was
chart.
right.
Hang on. You are? Okay, tell me more.
CoinGecko, get your shit together. It's a DAG, not a blockchain.
So they
They
upgraded their
function-
architecture.
Yeah. Well, Phantom was a DAG as well, and it's still a DAG now that it's Sonic. So
What is a DAG, Alex, for people who are like the
A directed acyclic graph, which is just a different type of blockchain, kind of a way to think of it. It's not
like a
blockchain at all,
database
but
of
yes,
a different type?
Exactly.
Yeah, it is meant to be more efficient. If there's any engineers who are watching me stumble through this, then help me out. But basically, the way that the data, that the blocks are organized in a blockchain versus a DAG, it's different. I have actually a screenshot somewhere on my desktop here that is like a little comparison graph to kind of help you visualize it. Basically, the point is that they organize the data in a different way to make it faster and more efficient. There are also blockchains that run differently to try to accomplish the same thing without using a DAG. So for like the user, from the front of the whole thing, not looking at all of the wires, it behaves basically the same.
Exactly the same.
It does the thing. It just does it differently in the back end for efficiency purposes.
So you don't care.
Yeah, it's interesting if you want to nerd out about it. I truly don't. I'm not a DAG expert. A couple notable ones that run this way, or that run differently that you might have heard of. What was that one called that had all the buzz?
Isn't the graph a DAG?
The graph is a DAG. You're correct.
And
block DAG is like a hybrid, but it's vaporware, so it's not real.
Well, and there was also the famous DAG nonsense project that was like partnered with the Air Force that never did anything.
Yeah. I think that's
that was
block
the last
DAG.
bull run. No, there's two. There's block DAG and then there's Constellation DAG. There were two different.
Oh,
ones.
Constellation DAG. That's right.
Yeah, those were relics of a bygone bull run.
So I don't know though why it's pumping. I'm exiting the screen share so I can take a look at some of my notes. I say it's pumping. It's obviously not pumping. It's up a little bit on the month after going down like everything else did.
Well, and to be fair, right, this is a newer chart because we're looking at it from scratch from the rebrand. So at inception right here, it basically just trended down for a couple months and then sort of, at least found some sort of a bottom here in the beginning of February and then has been going up ever since. And if I'm in this is the tab. Yes, this is the tab. So let's pop over and just at least give you the website and the Twitter. So here is them new and improved over on Twitter. It's just at Sonic Labs. And then here is...
Oh, Will, you're a gem.
There we go.
You guys missed me, I know.
New website. Gotta say,
we really did.
I like it. It looks nice. It's very warm.
DeFi redefined. So they're doubling down on DeFi. Interesting. I do like I'm a user, I'm a builder. That's a cute little toggle.
I was kind of hoping they were going to go in a different direction because Phantom was supposed to be the home of DeFi, and then they just absolutely failed. And so I was kind of hoping they were going to go in a slightly different direction, seeing as how they already failed in their mission before. So now I just think they're going to fail at it again.
Well, Alex, weren't they doing a gaming thing for a minute?
Yes, that was... So here's my, I don't know, maybe hot take, maybe not. There's this phenomenon in projects that existed in the last bull run that are trying to become relevant again now, that they are pivoting hard and adopting new narratives and calling those their champion narratives, right? We've seen this with now things that are now the home of AI. It's the home of DePIN when these weren't the thing before, because last time they were the home of the metaverse and then that died, so we had to do something else, which is fine. Pivoting is okay. Recognizing that like something isn't a thing anymore, doing something else, that's fine. Businesses have to pivot sometimes. My vibe on this was that they didn't want to keep doing that under the same name and felt like the name and the old brand and everything was an anchor. So let's scrub, restart, fresh start. Let's do something else, and just picked a hell of a time to do it.
Okay.
That's my pulse check on it.
It's just another rebrand. Whenever anybody does a rebrand, I immediately just kind of like write them off my list.
Yeah, and it's funny because I really do like to give rebrands like a fair chance, because we've seen there's different kinds of rebrands, right? Like, so this is full spectrum. The token ticker is different. The name of the network is different. Everything is different. All the branding is different. It's all completely redone. But then you have like Stellar's rebrand, which was basically like a fresh color palette with a revamped mission statement, and a little bit different, like messaging tone and language, and kind of trying to focus on a few other things, but didn't necessarily they're still focused on payment systems and, finance apps and stuff like that. And they didn't pivot to be in a different niche within the industry or change their name or anything like that. So two very different kinds. Polkadot, right? Polkadot got a new logo as voted on by the DAO. What was that? 2 or 3 years ago now, when they switched from the P to the little flower.
The little one, Linky guy.
You know what?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
There you go. Yeah,
And they spent millions of dollars on marketing.
Not
a single penny on
kind
us.
of covered up, but the polka dot symbol on my demon over
there
is the old polka dot logo, if that tells you anything.
Damn, dude.
You guys, I remember when everybody was choosing the logo to go on their globes, and Carlos had designed all these tokens. This is a story. Everyone was like, "What token do you want in your globes?" And if you can see my little picture over here, I got the Faceless Labs logo because I was like, I don't even know if half these tokens are going to be around in 2 years. Meanwhile, Alex is full chest, no, put polka dot on mine. I think Joe's got Avalanche on his. I love it. Somebody's got to have e-gold on theirs. Does Mac have e-gold on his? He might.
No. I think Mac also did the Faceless Labs token. But
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I
was
went, there's a tote bag hanging in front of the polka dot P now. So
What
I can't see it anymore.
What year was this?
This is 2021.
22
when
was when the rebrand happened.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, no,
21.
I don't know.
That was the Faceless Mini, yeah.
At the time, I may have chosen the Immutable X logo.
The Immutable X logo. Okay, yeah.
All right.
We had
Okay,
options. We had
Still
options. We could make Will one. We could make Will an architect piece and get him a little Immutable X icon.
Yeah,
We
you
could
would
do
have been
it.
a great vault with that jaw riding a
Also,
dolphin.
I got to tell you guys, in case you're wondering, champagne doesn't have a shelf life of more than a couple of hours, and this tastes absolutely terrible. But I'm gonna suffer through it for the show.
Well, I think champagne's horrible, as fresh as it possibly could be. So.
Do you really? Oh, I love champagne.
I do not like the bubbles. I don't like the spritzers. I don't like the champagne. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I love this
my
comment
Guinness.
that says crypto is literally dead now. What do you
hold
have
on.
to say? And
I'll tell you exactly what happened. I don't have anything to say, but I do have something to show you. Don't come for me.
also,
Um,
fact check yourself, brother.
all
What are you
I
gonna
want to
show?
say is when you say that crypto's dead, timestamp that, and then go and take a look at where you said it was dead about 3 months later, and you go, "Fuck, I should have bought."
Yeah,
It
I'd be
was
curious
alive.
to know
it
what
was
metric they
alive
mean.
this whole time.
It was alive the whole time. Yeah, you're gonna put it in the coffin in the ground, and it's still beating, man.
It sure is.
Sure is.
You are correct.
actually meant to-
It's dead and over forever, so I'll take yours.
Yes. Give me your bag. I actually should probably go buy some more Morpho.
Yeah, it's
do
there are
that.
discount prices on a lot of things right now. I am worried that a lot of things, I'm not worried about it, but I talk to people for whom I am worried that are holding tokens that I had no reason to expect would go up in price in the first place, but that they bought at all-time highs or near an all-time high, and they're holding on to them hoping that that'll come back. And while I certainly think the macro picture is very bullish, I struggle sometimes because I don't know what to say to people who are holding on to something that I don't have a reason is going to, you know what I mean? There's no activity, there's no development, there's no mind share. It's tough. The Pi Network thing is a great example.
Well,
you know,
here's something. So like everyone has their eyes on Washington, right? On Congress and Trump for, some salacious piece of news that will get the crypto market excited. And I've just been thinking about something that Alex said and I think tweeted, 2 weeks ago now, which was get ready for the crypto community to understand how, what was it? No,
oh
it
yeah,
was-
the
it was
speed.
No,
I think it was something along the lines of like,
I'm right here.
No, you're not. Like, get ready for the disappointment of being used to the speed of crypto
No,
and
it
being
was.
exposed to the speed of Congress.
I got you, man. I got you. Before we pass it to Alex, it's get ready for the attention spans of crypto to meet the speed of Congress. Am I?
No. It was something like crypto go vroom vroom wiki fast, and
This
Congress
is a gross
go
misrepresentation of
ooga
facts.
ooga chugga chugga slow.
That was it. You guys are
poof.
killing me.
And
Alex,
I'm pretty
what was
sure
it?
that's what Alex tweeted.
I said
We don't need you. We don't need you to get the actual answer. We got it.
Well,
We worked it out.
I
for the
need it.
few
I need it.
people- The few people in the audience who might want to know what I actually said, who might now think that I
We got it.
tweeted some absolutely garbled nonsense like that,
It was.
was the attention span of crypto is about to meet the speed of Congress in real time.
That's right.
What I
right.
said
Very
was way
tweetable.
better.
Very
pretty
tweetable.
much
What
right
I
there,
said.
Will.
What I
You're
said
pretty
was
much
way better.
right there.
Way better.
Okay, but speaking of crypto being dead, I see you got something pulled up.
Yes.
What am I looking at?
So this is one of my favorite websites called the Bitcoin Obituaries, hosted
Oh,
by
yeah.
99
Classic.
Bitcoins. And I'm just going to do a light scroll through this. This is a timestamp and a title for every single time a publication has declared that Bitcoin was dead. And going back to quite literally the year after it came out and was released. And as you can see, there are quite a few. We are still scrolling. We are not even halfway down the page. I'm actually a little bit disappointed because 99 Bitcoins used to have a way funnier chart that had the headline like Bitcoin has died, 244 times or something. And then it had links to every single one of the articles that was declaring that Bitcoin was dead. And I know people started like pulling the articles down. So then the Wayback Machine started posting them. There you go. So here's going back to
2015.
the very first time it was declared dead. Why Bitcoin can't be a currency. The Underground Economist, when the price of Bitcoin was 23 cents.
Oh,
Whoa, God.
Imagine being this guy. And I really like how many times they write the author. So then, that was 2010. That was December 15th, 2010.
Hey, you know what? Props to that guy for even knowing what Bitcoin was.
Yep.
honestly, truly, he was ahead of
Yeah.
the curve.
He really was ahead of the curve.
The first
Odds
guy
are-
to be cited as calling it dead. Damn.
Yep. Good job.
Oh,
Good job, buddy.
fudge.
Gotcha.
You did great.
I see we had a question here from Crypto Mike, who I saw join the Discord and who I just want to speak to personally to say, hey, the Discord is the place the show lives 24/7. It is the best place. If you want to ask one of us a question to ensure that you will get an answer. But as Mike has observed, sometimes it takes a minute to get an answer. And if you want to get an answer fast in the Discord, here's my tips for you. I got a couple of tips. The first tip is number one, introduce yourself in the general chat. People are more inclined to talk to you there. It's busier. It's like the town square. And if you connect with somebody else, a learner at another level of experience, you're going to find that you have made a best friend in our community. Will, Alex, and I are not the only people worth listening to there. And frankly, we might be in trouble if more people join the Discord because they're going to find out we're probably not even the best and the brightest in the group. You will find somebody who is a learner just like you, who's interested in what you're interested in, who's encountered the same problem. So go introduce yourself in the general chat. That's number one. Number two, if you want a question answered by us, the fastest way to make sure that we'll see it is, oh my God, champagne backwash, is to tap the @ symbol on your keyboard and then type my name or Alex's name or Will's name @Evan, @Alex, @Will. A little box will appear with our profiles. You can click that to tag us in your message. It'll turn blue @Evan or maybe red, depending on what my role is. And that will alert me when you make that post. Otherwise, we have, I'm very proud to say, almost 6,000 members in that Discord, all of whom are really actively pursuing their own crypto journey. And we try to give everybody attention. And if you, number three, absolutely want an answer from us and you just can't stand to wait, then my friend, you should sign up for a premium trial. You can try totally free the premium services that our Discord offers. And number one benefit of being a premium or premium plus member is priority answer. We make sure to answer and respond to premium and premium plus questions, comments, etc. first. You get your own dedicated channels. You get your own dedicated slots, like office hours every Friday with me. You can come hang out, talk, ask me a question, and a lot more. The free trial is great, but premium is, we try to make it affordable, is something that will save you money and save you time if you want to learn crypto and learn with us. Those are my 3 tips for you. Now, Mike's question was about USDC on Aave. Alex, can you give him the TLDR on how somebody can earn interest on their crypto on the Aave platform. What is Aave? How is it that people can earn interest on crypto tokens? And tell us about the USDC path. Also, somebody had a question the other day that was a follow-up to that said, I tried to lend my USDC on Base and I didn't see the pool. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I haven't personally had time to look. But this is a
I'd be
great.
curious what solution they were looking to use.
Yeah.
If they were using Aave or using Morpho or what they were using.
Something else. I think they were using Aave is what they said.
Okay.
And I was
Definitely-
surprised by
definitely
that.
help,
But
need some more details. So really quick, just to kick off this explanation here. If you're curious about other places beyond just Aave, I personally supply USDC on Aave for interest, but it is not the highest interest rate, and currently it's down because a tremendous number of people moved crypto into stablecoins and tossed it into Aave. So there's a ton more money on the platform right now than there was a little bit before, which is
So much
good
money
for
on it
Aave.
now.
But the APY comes down a bit when there's more people supplying than there are lending. That kind of fluctuates. So right now, as you can see here, the APY is currently only 4.32%. And you can see that's kind of down. So I don't know, like a month ago, it was like 9%. But even just on DeFi Llama here, there's a tab called yields over here where you can compare yields across a whole bunch of different protocols. And even if we only right here filtered down to USDC, I'm only looking at options for the USDC stablecoin. You can see that we're checking over 2,200 pools across 458 protocols on 100 different blockchains. So these are sorted by TVL, which is an acronym that stands for total value locked. It's just a measurement of how much money is currently being held on a specific platform or protocol, project, decentralized exchange, lending platform, blockchain, whatever. The biggest one, the biggest, baddest one by a lot, by a factor of more than 2, is Aave. Right underneath it, actually, you can see Morpho in a
coming in hot.
number 2. And then underneath it, you've got Fluid
That's
lending.
my baby.
Underneath that, you've got Uniswap, Curve, more Morpho pools, more Aave pools, GMX, Turbos, more GMX, Radium, etc. So you can check all these different things. They also give you the rate. You can see there's a huge variety.
And you can sort by that too. You could sort by the rate. Right. You could sort by the base APY. You could sort by like what token is the reward paid in. They're very flexible. DeFi Llama is one of those platforms you can mine and spend a day on every day and still keep learning stuff.
Yeah, and I will give them a shout out every single time. It's a completely free website and resource. They are only funded by donations. They do not make a penny from any of their work. So the only way that they keep going is people donate to them.
You know, I just got hit with an overwhelming wave of a feeling of which is very maybe pessimistic, actually, on Web3. First time I got hit with this wave, which is still a positive thing, but is the future of Ethereum really just being a bunch of liquidity pools to earn interest on your USDC?
No.
Is it real? You know,
Gwomp. No.
You know, is it really double Gwomp?
Okay, wait. Fair question, to be honest. Just because
that's right. No bad questions here.
Yeah. I will say that you should take a stroll. Well, Denver will be eye-opening for you.
Oh, dude.
I mean, I know there's so much that's building. It's just the first time I got hit with it. And I know it's probably because the markets are sad, and a lot of the stuff that's being built, I just view as a lot of it being vaporware or like the flavor of the month kind of thing, right? And I'm like, what's really going to stick around that's been built out so far?
I think it's
stablecoin DeFi.
It's a fair question. We need to be asking it regularly, and I swear to God, Will, I love you. I'm not picking on you. That is the same thing as asking whether Solana is only going to be the meme coin G chain forever. It's the same energy. Mm-hmm. There's a lot there, but right now the attention is not there because there are other things that are sexier, flashier, trendier that aren't getting the attention. And right now people are super bearish, like from the retail perspective and from new builders looking for places to build things at a smaller scale. None of them are looking at ETH because they feel priced out. But I'm going to keep, you don't have to show that. There's a website called The Milk Road where you can track gas fees in real time. And There we go.
While you're looking at,
they'll tell
Okay, go
you
ahead.
exactly how much gas costs on ETH, and it's. I think it would surprise people.
the
how
other
low
one
it
is cryptocurrencyalerting.com. Super easy to remember URL, and you can set alerts for when gas is at a particular threshold. And I am surprised how frequently it goes below like even $1. You can get cheap gas on
It's
ETH.
below $1
It's
right now.
possible. Is it really? Okay, interesting. I'm gonna share
An
it.
NFT sale, which is the heaviest of the standard transactions that a single person would be doing, is at $1.11. But as you can see here, basic swaps are at 65 cents. Now, is that more than a third of a penny on, or a penny on something like that? Of course, absolutely. Like undoubtedly, it's more expensive. But this is the reason that the big stuff that lives over on ETH that's been building there. Look at Octant. Octant is a public goods funding protocol that lives on ETH. They have a tremendous, like 100,000 Ether staked on their behalf. Yeah. And the yield that Ether is generating every year to the tune of $10 to $14 million a year, depending on the price of ETH, is constantly being applied for grant funding. That's where Dragon Academy, our friend Queen Wartooth, who's building Dragon Academy, a free education platform, that's where her funding comes from, is the Octant group. So and that's just one example of a humongous group doing all kinds of on the Ethereum network. And of course, there's a ton of other stuff. But no, we're just not talking about it right now because it's boring. And the price of ETH has been flat and down. So, no one wants to hear about a bunch of really cool governance protocols and DAO structures and DeFi protocols and all of these other things that exist and live on ETH because price bad.
So I also know we got a little derailed from the Aave question, but I do want to point Mike and anybody else who's curious about how lending on Aave works to a thread that does live in our Discord. If you go to discord.gg, you don't have to pay a thing. You can find a thread in the forum there. I believe it's called Lending on Aave. You can just do a search for that. And It has a number of testimonies from people who've done it. It's got a couple of tutorial videos that will show you step by step how to get started on Aave protocol. And if you're somebody who's totally like new, you're like, okay, I just figured out how to custody crypto, just got a wallet for the first time, or maybe you're not even there yet and you want to learn that, you want to know where to start, I would recommend, I have a learn to use crypto playlist in my TikTok profile that'll take you through those steps. But at our website, theriseupmorningshow.com, which is right here on the screen, we have 4 courses that right now you can get for like $15. If you do the premium plus trial, you can get them for $6. Learn at your own pace. They're 2 hours each. And they are the 4 courses together are like all the foundational skills you need to become a level 1 crypto user. They'll take you through how to set up a wallet, how to buy your first cryptocurrency, how to turn it back into cash, how to store it securely, how to avoid the most common scams in crypto, how to DeFi, how to start earning passive yield on your crypto. And we got a course there. Thank you to our friend, Mr. William Watson, that is Intro to Technical Analysis. And let me tell you, it's fantastic. We have straight 5-star reviews across the board on all those things. And I feel confident enough to say that if you buy one of those products and don't enjoy it, I'll give you your money back. It's not worth our reputation.
You'll get at least 1, maybe 2/3 from Evan and Alex.
That's right.
My third is non-refundable.
Well, and I tell you that too, because again, we're increasing our prices a little bit in a couple of days, not hopefully prohibitively, but we want you to take advantage of those things while they're cheap. They'll never be cheaper than they are today. And you don't have to pay a dime to jump in the Discord and check out the Lending on Aave tutorials in that thread. It's fantastic. The only thing missing from Discord is you. Alex, what's that look on your face? You look like you're about to scold someone.
There's a lot of good comments. My dad can beat up your dad. And catch some and send some replies.
Well, if that's what you're doing, then let me direct your guys' attention to a couple of things. In the Discord, we had requests for a few different tokens, some of which we've already done, including Axelar. I was not here for that one. Maybe you guys can give a summary of that one. We also got asked from our friend Matt about Centrifuge and Venice token. I feel good to give an overview on Venice if you guys want to touch Axelar again, just for people
we can touch on Axelar, and then I'm probably going to have to hop off.
Rugged.
No,
but
man, I get it.
Right. Let's Evan, do you want to take okay, we'll in the interest of time then, do you want to give a preview on Axelar and I can pull the website up?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a little bit of information I'm going to miss as I scrape off the goo of my brain, which contains this information. But Axelar is it's what was it? How
It's
to
a
best
layer
to
one.
describe it? Yeah, it's a layer one, but like its actual business application. It's kind of like a data feed. It's like a data connector for a lot of like large organizations, like Uniswap being one. Yeah, if you can see the screen right now, you can see Uniswap is one of the names
Sorry,
up
I'll
there.
share it in a second.
But it's a way to basically bridge data for like Uniswap to be able to bring in data from like another blockchain. I can't really remember everything else about it, but it's essentially a data bridge of sorts. But it's not quite like an Oracle in the sense of chains. I
wonder if it's like
chain
Pith,
link.
because that's what Pith does. Is
Pith.
it makes data visible to?
Yes,
I don't think it's an Oracle.
It's not an Oracle.
Well, so it's similar. The idea here is that there are a gajillion different blockchains and a gajillion different protocols and applications built all over the place. They are not all on the same chain. They are not all operating on the same level. And projects like Axelar are basically just trying to help those projects talk to each other where they were not able to do that before. Basically, I think they call themselves an interoperability layer or protocol, which is a technical and marketing way of saying, hey, this is supposed to be Web3. All these projects are supposed to work together and talk together, and we would like to be able to send data from this thing built on Avalanche to this thing built on Ethereum to this thing built on Solana, and we want them to be able to talk to each other, reference each other, and be better because of the existence of all these other things. And that's what their goal is. That's it. That's pretty much it. And the reason that it came up the first time that we covered it was because they also have been doing a lot in the gaming space. They've kind of been talking to and working with and touching some of the gaming stuff. But as you can see here, they have a whole bunch of different
Uniswap,
focuses.
Lido, Pancake Swap, just from a DeFi standpoint. From an RWA standpoint, Ondo, Circle, Centrifuge. Infrastructure standpoint, Filecoin, Moralis, Celestia, Wallets,
touching all the stuff.
Ledger, MetaMask, Blockchain Trust, Enterprises, Microsoft.
And these aren't just
Deutsche Bank,
partnerships like how I partnered with Champagne earlier today. These are like they're integrated.
Yeah, but
thoroughly.
like partnerships, but also like thorough, because like you can look at those enterprise names and put an asterisk on them, like Microsoft, MasterCard, Deutsche Bank. They're most likely just Web2 logos that are like they're using like some server or whatever as a part of their data storage, and they're like, oh, they're a partner. I wouldn't really put much credence towards that, but in the case of Uniswap and Filecoin, Axelar is the data feed that's enabling Uniswap to be able to use Filecoin's decentralized storage, right? It's a part of the key infrastructure that enables Uniswap to be able to store their data in a decentralized way. So it's part of the reason why they're able to use Filecoin's solution in the first place. So using that as an example, you go, oh, that is something. That is something that's important and useful and a key piece of infrastructure for something that today we look at as a key piece of infrastructure for all of crypto, aka Uniswap, right? Yeah. So, that's something that you can actually, Axelar at the very least can kind of hang their hat on as a major achievement.
Very cool. We also covered Axelar, by which I mean you guys covered Axelar with, I can't remember who our guest was. Maybe was that Tatted Lawyer on episode like 3 of After Dark. And I'm pretty sure it got an A, which is the highest grade you can get unless you get an S or a woo or something. And that means everybody was willing to take a further look. So I honestly hadn't looked at it yet, but I'm excited. Is there a project in the ecosystem that stands out, Alex, as you're like looking? Do they have a DEX or anything that comes to mind that we're all excited to look at?
Not particularly. I think if I was to pick out one thing about it that is exciting to me, it's the fact that, because I am stoked about the RWA narrative, things that make the ability for us to create stronger token relationships and bonds between the thing in the real world and the token we would like to represent it with. I'm bullish on anything that makes that better or takes at least a valiant stand at trying to make that relationship better.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's for me. That's where I'm looking right now. And of
okay,
course,
well,
DeFi is an easy yes.
My head's starting to explode. Not gonna lie.
Don't lie. Give us a final thought and get the hell out of here.
Final thought. I don't know, I'm just excited to be back on the show. I'm still not entirely 100%, so I'm working my way back to kind of posting content. I only made one video today.
That's how you know Will was sick, honestly.
Yeah, for
real.
real.
Wasn't making any content at all.
I was worried.
But yeah, I'll try to make 2 or 3 videos tomorrow. Start warming myself back up to eventually get to the point where I'm making my 6 to 13 videos a day. That's not an exaggeration. Just looking forward to kind of hopping back on the show and figuring out this whole crypto world with everybody again. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have.
Heck yeah, man. Well, thanks for making time. Take it easy, really. Like, we got to go to a conference next week, and more than anything we need to do for work or the show, we just want you to feel good, man. I will tell you, by way of parting though, that you got more dings than anybody else tonight by a wide margin. So I'm going to just go ahead and call it and say congratulations, Will. You are the winner of tonight's point contest, unless Alex has a genius moment before the end. But I think you're safe.
Yeah, those don't happen too often. Look at how he look at how he
Don't
tweets. He's talking about this like chugga
wumba wumba,
super slow Congress. I could get a much crisper tweet out.
Okay, well, be safe, stay well, make a bunch of money, and all that stuff. We'll see you soon. Okay.
Stuff. All right, see you guys.
I will. Oh man. Okay. So now that Will's gone, we can really start giving ourselves some points.
Gone.
Alex, there's a point for you because I felt like it, and here's a point for me because I felt like it because I've been drinking that champagne all night, and
perfect.
Another point for the audience because we just love them. Justin says, "Thanks for not being dead, Will," and Edmund says, "Feel better, man." So XLR, that's interesting. If you want more thoughts on it, check out the previous episodes of After Dark, and I have Venice Token pulled up here. Can we pivot to that one? I gotta tell you. I was really sad. Maybe, I don't know if there's an appropriate screen share for this, but I just have like a narrative and some notes. Venice AI was a promising company. A lot of people ask us, how do you identify projects that are promising to invest in and tell them apart from like rug pulls and crap? There's tokens launching every day and they're all crypto. So like, how do I know what's promising and what's not? Well, the first thing you really need to ask yourself, you got to put in your venture capitalist hat. You got to think about this as a startup business. Most of these companies are pre-product. They don't have a product yet. There's a founder and a dream. And somebody is going to fund them, whether that's a venture capital firm or you by buying a token to build that dream. You got to ask yourself, how viable is it? How much money are they going to raise? How viable is it for them to build this thing? And Venice AI, the other thing you got to ask yourself is how viable is this for blockchain to solve? Is this really a problem blockchain can solve? Or is this a bunch of buzzwords just thrown together because they're trendy right now? So you got to learn a little bit about blockchain. You need to know a little bit about startups. And Venice AI checked a lot of boxes. Eric Voorhees, the founder, is a Bitcoin OG. He's been in our space a long time. He's successfully contributed to a lot of projects, has a lot of respect, has a lot of connections. If anybody's going to step up and take a swing at the bat, he's in that club where you go, okay, great. This guy knows what he's doing. And without raising money, he bootstraps an AI startup, not to compete with something like ChatGPT, but to do what blockchain is uniquely qualified to do for language models like GPT, which is to give it verification. One of the problems that AI bots have is that soon they will be so good at pretending to be human that you won't know whether you're interacting with an agent or a person online. You'll see deepfakes that look like me, sound like me, but it's not me. It's a computer.
Well, I'll say too, that rate of improvement is happening so much faster than I think people expected. I just saw an identified deepfake, I think, of Netanyahu on Twitter earlier today. And I like knowing that it was a deepfake, that it was posted by, deepfake AI and, used as an example. I'm sitting there staring at it like, no, this is the real one that they were referencing. Like, this is me. Like, and I, not to toot my own horn too much, but I spend all day looking at AI stuff and tech stuff and, trying to decipher what's real and what's not and looking at comparisons and using all these different AI tools every single day. And I'm looking at this thing going like, no, this is terrifyingly good.
Yeah, it's a serious problem. And we aren't equipped to combat it. So Venice AI wants to solve that problem by helping us identify with blockchain credentials, who is real and who is a bot online, and also to do things like redistribute the power. A company like OpenAI or like DeepSeek collects a ton of data about you, and very personal data. You ask GPT questions and tell GPT things you don't even tell your partner or spouse. And they are collecting that data and information on you, and they are selling it, or they could benefit on it, or weaponize it against you.
Very valuable.
But blockchain can help us to verify ourselves as users of a platform without needing to reveal any information about ourselves. It can give us our privacy and our consent back. This is the vision of Venice AI. Language model that does things that way by leveraging blockchain. Very cool company. They've been building for a while. He bootstrapped it at first. And I first heard about it like a year ago on Laura Shin's podcast, Unchained. He came on, he was talking about it. Sounded really interesting. At that time, they said we weren't going to do a token. We have a beta version you can interact with. Crypto people know you should always do the beta version because you might get an airdrop if they decide to do a token. And sure enough, Venice AI decided to do an airdrop to beta users of its token and holders of other tokens, users of other protocols. They distributed 50% of their 100 million token supply this way. 25% went to users, 25% went to various community protocol members. And pretty quickly, this thing achieved a fully diluted valuation of $1 billion, kind of a standard mile marker for a lot of like hype crypto projects, get you on the front page of the internet. However, allegations started to emerge about the airdrop that Venice issued themselves like $5 million of VVV tokens after the token was listed on Coinbase. A number of other major exchanges listed it during this airdrop. And so there were all these accusations of insider trading. And Eric Voorhees was really transparent. He responded to it. He tried to investigate it. Aerodrome suspended 2 of their contributors. And it just, even though it came out okay in the end, like they identified any bad actors and kind of cut them out, it left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and it really hurt the token's performance. If you look at the chart, it looks like this. After an initial surge to like $20 a token, now it's like $4 a token. So there's a real loss of trust in the token. And though people continue to use the platform, I think it's going to hurt them as a crypto native project in the future to have a chart like this. I am not particularly excited to go out and buy the token. I still don't know if it's appropriately priced, but I am still bullish on the project. I haven't used it in a minute, but I understand that they give you private access to a lot of different AI models like GPT, like DeepSeek, and that when you sign up for an account for a private key, you can maintain your privacy while using those services. So if that's something you're interested in, you can check out that project at venice.ai. Whether or not it's them or someone else, I think that's going to be an important solution in our decentralized future. And I definitely think they're worth supporting, even if you never buy their token. But if you're a big believer in the platform, maybe this is a good time to get the token at a discount. So I don't know. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, there's problems, obviously, but they're also definitely partially a victim of circumstance just because of the timing. There are a couple different things who, Pengu is a good example.
Yeah.
Launched at a time when sentiment around Pudgy and Luca and Igloo was at pretty much a high. Like it was very good. No one was really saying a whole lot of bad stuff about them. Besides the usual rumblings. Token launches. Now, that was an airdrop, right? Just like the VVV airdrop that is rewarding people who use the thing by giving them something that has a value attached to it. What is the overwhelming majority of people who receive that going to do with it? Realize their reward. That was the point. And this is the problem with the model that people are following for airdrops. And it hurts me to see things that are cool continue to airdrop tokens in this manner, knowing exactly what waits for them, which is a swift fall off the cliff, especially now when market sentiment overall is not great. Could be worse. So as you're like launching that airdrop with exclusively sell side pressure into things.
Yeah.
It's you're like you just said, you're setting yourself up to have a chart that just looks like a slides straight into oblivion. And, when you land on Hades' doorstep, it's really hard to come back from that. Even if the market fully recovers, people are going to look, maybe not knowing, and see that decimated chart and then just be like, why would I get back into this? And that's the problem with the airdrops, right? Is we keep airdropping these tokens to people, and the only thing they can do with it is sell it. What else was anyone supposed to do with Pengu when they got it? Nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with it.
There was nothing to do with it.
Sell it. Hold it because you believe in the culture, or sell it. And these are people getting, multi 5-figure airdrops who had not been rewarded for holding an NFT for that long before or whatever. I mean, I would have sold it, 100%, because I knew where that chart was going. And
I'm worried about Pengu. I would have sold Venice if I got the airdrop. I would have sold Pengu if I got the airdrop.
Yeah.
I'm a little more worried about Pengu than I am about Venice, because I feel like Venice has more product market fit at this particular moment in time. Even though I love the Pengu team.
Pengu, the one thing, so yes, on its face, because it's a meme. Memes are in a bad spot right now, for sure. But at the same time, they also only need a tiny little shift in sentiment to recover if you're going to do it that way. They don't take as much, whereas Venice would need to really change the game, have a really compelling reason to go back in, because there's so many other competitors, whereas as memes are all about tribalism, all about it, and they've got a big brand and people have seen it do well. So if you give them a reason, maybe that one's more likely to recover. And they got very mild utility with it through Abstract, including it as the tipping token for the streaming platform that they launched. And Abstract, of course, facing pressure from the community to airdrop something. I wouldn't, if I was them, specifically told them they shouldn't. I would certainly not airdrop a token like that unless you knew that you were airdropping a token to people that could do something with it that was compelling.
Yeah.
Into a rich dApp ecosystem. So if that doesn't exist, I agree with some of the comments I've been seeing over here. Airdrops are just they're poorly timed right now. They're dumb. You're just wasting money.
And there have been some really good ones, but for the most part, I'm more bullish on distribution of tokens through farming or governance or something like that. We had a really good comment here. And Alex, will you, the last token that was on our list, the serious one, was Centrifuge. I've got a report for it. Can you look up centrifuge.io and pull it up while we just chatter about this Pengu thing? Because Jenny says, doesn't Pengu have merchandise marketed to children? And I don't know what it is, but something about the way that you phrase that as marketed to children makes it sound like it's a bunch of creepers. You know what I mean? I would say it's kids stuff. It's appealing to kids because, Mickey Mouse is marketed to children. It's a kids thing.
It's a kids
Pudgy
focused
Penguins
toy company. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an intellectual
property
property brand is Igloo. The parent company has launched Pudgy Penguins. They've launched Abstract. They're building consumer experiences that add blockchain to the mix to increase the value. Part of that is plushies. Part of that is, anytime you go to the GIF menu in your phone and you search for a GIF for happy, sad, whatever, you'll see a Pudgy Penguin. They got cute, relatable Instagram. What did Finn say? They've got tens of millions of followers across Instagram, TikTok, some other place. They get intellectual property and brand building and relating to audiences through characters
and the
cartoons.
The toys have been a big hit. They tried to get the toys, the plushies and the little figures into a Walmart, pitched it was horrible, didn't work, didn't want it. Got a test run at some other store and it just decimated sales expectations, and Walmart was like, how fast can you get these in 14,000 stores? And there you go. But I think they also did Doodles has a McDonald's coffee cup collaboration.
Dude, that would be so killer for the Penguins, or an animated show like Amsfar says. And I think people will. What I like about the meme token is absolutely people will be onboarded to crypto for the first time because they bought Trump or because they whatever. Because Jesse Pollock walks up to him on the street and offers them USDC to create a wallet. I don't know. And they're going to be like, oh my God, Pengu, the Pudgy Penguins have a crypto. I love that plushie, or I love those gifts, or I love that. I follow their Instagram. They got a penguin. Those people will buy Pengu before they buy Bonk or Whiff or Doge or whatever. They're not going to identify with those things. Memes are all about how does the culture resonate with you? So I think it will in the future do better. But
that's the thing. It's just, it doesn't have to be complicated. I think that people are knee-jerk reacting to the poor state that it's in and thinking that it needs a really complex solution, right? That was the thing that pissed me off so much about the Hayden Davis interview that he did with Coffee, is that he's sitting there saying that
one thing.
Well, yeah, no, but honestly, one of the biggest things, because the
Okay.
rest of it I was not surprised by, but to see someone like bold-faced sit there and tell you that there's no possible way that you could just give someone a token in another way other than scamming them with a pre-sniped meme launch was insane to me.
Yeah.
So, like for Pengu, right? What is one thing that Pengu could do that would immediately give somebody, I don't care if it's not super widespread, it's not the most popular thing ever, but immediately give someone a reason to buy some Pengu, is that like holding above a certain threshold of the token entitles you to order Pudgy Penguins merchandise or toys at a discount from their official website.
Or even we're going to choose one holder a month to go on a shopping spree for $100 or some crazy shit like that.
Anything,
Just
any reason. And this is not localized exclusive to Pengu. There are so many tokens out there that have no purpose, no reason to exist. And I say this all the time, like, guys, there's like 25 million cryptocurrencies that are in existence right now. Instead of making another one, why don't we create something that's tokenless that someone with a token can do something with? And Pengu is ripe for someone at least taking a little stab and like doing something like that. That's toy related.
So
that's
you're
their
telling
brand.
me there's a chance?
Give people the ability to earn more of it by creating more gifts to fit into your giant gift library, and then let them buy the toys at a slight discount for holding a bunch of the tokens or otherwise contributing to the Pudgy ecosystem. It's not going to be revolutionary. It's not going to turn your chart around overnight, but it's immediately going to give somebody a reason to buy it. And that's how it starts.
Yeah,
You have that
100%.
idea for free, Pudgy.
And the advantage they have is, unlike, I don't know, Safe Moon or somebody who's like, don't worry, guys, we've got a roadmap. We're going to have a wallet in a video game and an educational series. Everybody already knows, likes, and trusts them. They love the Penguins, and everything they do to make people love Penguins more adds value to the coin. Everything they do to add value to the token makes people, you know what I mean? It's a relationship. So I'm bullish. Centrifuge. Do you want to pull up the website, and I will do
I've
a
got it
little,
right here.
okay, hang on. I'm going to do a screen share, but I just want to tell you a couple of quick facts in a second. The first quick fact is this is a DeFi protocol that bridges real world assets with different types of blockchain ecosystems. So it's one of those integration plays, giving businesses efficient access to capital because it's on chain, while offering stable yields to people who are investors. And Alex, you might like this. They have built on top of Polkadot, leveraging its scalability and low fees. And they have recently expanded to a lot of layer 2 networks, including Arbitrum and Base, to enhance their scalability. And I don't know what's going on with the token, but they've also partnered with Aave, MakerDAO, to start integrating real world assets into the DeFi space. They've provided some diversified collateral options and really are building bridges to what I think will be possibly very broad adoption if they succeed. So as soon as my computer cooperates, I will share the screen that you're looking at, but I am already kind of interested.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, this is exactly the kind of one of the key reasons that I'm interested in the world of DeFi more than I'm interested in almost anything else.
Well, Alex, I have bad news for you. Oh, I fixed it. All of a sudden, every comment was huge. I felt like, you know, I need a millennial. I couldn't work my phone. So sorry.
Okay.
This is Rise Up After Dark, people. What can I say?
Yeah, we do like to joke all the time that we work on the bleeding edge of the technology sector and we can barely operate a Google Meet. So take that for what it's worth and maybe run streaming in the other direction.
Yeah.
Okay, where do you want me to go, Evan?
I don't know. I've never been to this website before, and it looks kind of vanilla, and I don't really know who it's for. I mean, I get it's like institutional real world asset market. I'm not thrilled about it, to be honest.
Well, the RWA market allows us to lend and borrow against tokenized real world assets using Morpho.
I do like that they're using Morpho, obviously. Everybody is using Morpho. I am so bullish on Morpho, man. I don't think I have enough Morpho.
No, they are. See, that's one of those things. Like we joke a lot about partnerships in the crypto space and how meaningless 99% of them are. And then there's sometimes when it's like, hey, we now offer loans we're using Morpho to do it. That's a partnership.
Everyone
anyone
is
was
using
curious,
Morpho.
That's a partnership. That's
a
what a partnership is.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, I meant to ding them.
Not the my favorite example is partnered with AWS. It's like, no, we're paying Amazon to host some of our data. You're not partnered with AWS.
Yeah, exactly right. I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks like I was expecting maybe like a cleaner brochure or an app. It looks like they're kind of previewing their app. They're kind of previewing their solution. I just don't know where. Like when I go to this website, I don't really know where to click. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree. I feel a little bit lost. I see information that makes me excited, but I completely agree. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, and it does give me
maybe
the
check
vibes
out
of,
like lending and borrowing or something.
Well, that's where we just were. I feel like I'm looking at a Figma board of someone who's about to build a website. That's the vibe I get.
Yeah, me too. What about launch
fine.
app? When you click launch app, what happens up there in the corner? Far away from my screen. Okay. Check this out. This looks like much more DeFi native. If you've used DeFi before, you're seeing something you might recognize.
Super classic looking dashboard. $123 million TVL. Here we've got a couple options that are open. So, these are the only... so there's 2 open investment pools right now. So these are bigger, like higher barrier to entry investment pools, probably for like accredited investors, because the minimum
non-US professional investors, non-US professionals, and this one is qualified US and non-US. So I'd be willing to bet, you got to be an accredited investor probably, but that's like cool because this is a lot of accredited investors and institutions. They can't use certain DeFi products. Like they're not allowed to.
Yeah.
This is trying to get that capital to spend money on crypto to pump your bags, like for the degens. That's why you should care about this.
Spot for your portfolio.
Look how simple it is. Like limited options, high APY. Well, you got a tab for governance.
Put yourself in the position of some professional accredited investor working on behalf of some sort of a fund that is interested in one of these like $500,000 minimum buy-ins. This is what you want. I don't want a bunch of nonsense and fluff. I just want the thing that I'm here for, because I'm not spending any more time on your website. It's purely function driven. So what I would like to see now is the whole point, or one of the strengths of the world of DeFi and tokenizing this stuff and fractionalizing this stuff is I'm assuming that we will see more pools and more investment options in the future for either non-accredited investors, maybe waiting for some sort of regulatory clarity there to be able to legally do that. And then things with obviously significantly lower buy-ins, because this is extremely prohibitive to, I would say, 99.9% of people are not about to do this, right?
No.
So
yeah, that's cool. I would definitely give it another look. I love interoperability plays. I love real world asset plays. I like that someone is building something real on Polkadot. Like, that's pretty darn cool. Alex, I wanted to, before we do like final thoughts and wrap up stuff, I wanted to look at this Rick Ross boss website for Bob, because it's like a fun joke. But I also wanted to tell you about, did you see what our friend Nick Junes has done now? Etch.social. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Are you using it yet?
I haven't used it, but I've been following his videos about it very closely.
Okay, so
I'd like
check
to get him
this
back
out.
on to talk about it. Yeah,
I would too. I'm going to make a video about it. I started using it. We talk often on our show, and to people who say crypto is dead, what'll crypto do more than just make a couple people rich? We often talk about the power of Web3 to decentralize applications that matter, to remove those human intermediaries at the center of systems that accumulate lots of power and influence and take it away from everyday people like us, and to redistribute that power in a fairer way, to give computers a job that they can do better than humans, so that humans can do what humans can do well. We can all flourish in kumbaya. And one of the ways that might manifest is on social media, where TikTok can no longer be banned, and our likes and shares and followers aren't taken from us, but they live at our private keys forever. And Nick Junes has done a killer job of essentially cloning the Twitter user interface, integrating it with Nostr, and then a couple of different NFT standards to create a social app where your posts are tokenized. Your profile is tokenized, and it uses an NFT standard that he himself did. And you don't have to do it on blockchain, but it's called etch.social. And if you've used Twitter before, it'll look real familiar to you, but you can upload pictures, you can upload videos, and you can choose to put them on chain or not. If you want to put things on chain, you get 100 free credits, and then you got to pay. I don't know what the rates are, but it seems like a real viable solution. I'm hoping it becomes, already people around the world are using it. A lot of people in the Nostr community are using it, and I started using it too. I created a Conversations with Evan profile over there, and I'm going to do a video on it, but I just was so bullish and excited about it. It doesn't look that sexy. It's not like TikTok now where you could just get on and spend hours and hours and hours on the app, but it's, I mean, you know, one small step for man kind of thing. And this is a guy that we know. He's right here on TikTok. You can find him at Nick Junes, Junes. We had him on, I don't know, 5 episodes ago, 10 episodes, 6 episodes ago.
Yeah.
If you look up Rise Up After Dark
point.
on YouTube, you'll find Technically Web3. He was on with Adriano, and they talked a lot about what they're doing to build decentralized websites. And this is an actual meaningful application for that. Etch.social. Check it out. It's something I'm super excited about. Did you say you'd made a profile yet, or no?
Haven't yet.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, I cannot find the real Rick Ross meme.
Oh, really?
His Twitter
the
doesn't
token
have
is called
anything about
Boss.
it. No, I got that, but there's 30 million tokens called Boss, and there's no like official anything.
Damn.
There's a bunch of fake Instagrams. There's a bunch of fake shit on Deck Screener that are all rugged. There's no Twitter account that I can find for it. There's just like, I mean, didn't he get in trouble for like kidnapping a guy and locking him in a garden shed for a while?
I don't know. Bob, if you're still here, you got to tell us what's the official Rick Ross token website. All he said was, "This token is ridiculous. This website is so stupid. The music is hilarious." Da, 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 da. He was just telling me it was you know, worth ridiculing, but I'm not worried about it. Etch.social is a much better use of your time, I am sure. And we definitely want you to go check it out to support Nick, because he's our guy.
No, for sure. It's
Give him a point.
He is a talented and relentless builder. Been here the entire time, just doing cool shit.
Alex, we got a great question that I know we can both answer, which is, do you guys have a guide to all the lingo and acronyms? And I will tell you two resources that you can get. Alex, do you have a guide? Because I got a guide.
I do have a couple that I reference, and it's funny. I actually just sat down today. I was writing a master list in a notebook to film like a rapid fire, just top to bottom, huge video that's just like word, you know, 1 sentence definition, and just go as long as I had to, and then be able to point to it forever. I don't have one that's all in the same place, and I should.
I do, and I'll tell you about it. And you should add to it. It's on our website. It's on our website right now, Alex, so you got to know about it. It's right at the top of the website. I
totally knew about it already, and I was just testing all of you.
If you go to the riseupmorningshow.com, at the top, beneath our socials, you will see the very first link is, it used to be, we're switching them out. We're doing some free guides, some giveaways, so that you can get some extra value from the show. One of them was a how to do your own research guide that Alex did that you can still get on the site. But this one, right at the top of our site, I'll show you, is the Web3 glossary. It started as a video that I did. I was inspired by your video. You know, we inspire each other. And I define, I think it's 77 of the most common terms that you will encounter in crypto. And it's in an order that is helpful to you. Like it starts out with, I think, maybe Web3 or blockchain, and it's you know, it's not just definitions. Like some of the words, they're like, you know, what is a token? A token is a unit. It's like a short thing. But then some of the definitions where you need more context, they have more context for you, or they're illustrated with pictures and graphs. And you can get this totally for free at our website. You just, you know, give us a little name and an email and tell us how you heard about us, and then boom, it's yours. And we have a lot of different guides like this that you can get for free or for just a couple of bucks. Alex, just while you're here, go to the top and tap the menu in the top left, if you wouldn't mind. And then take us to the digital downloads, courses and digital downloads. This is our site. We tried to make it super easy to navigate. And not only can you get that guide for free, scroll down a little further, Alex. I do believe that how to do your own or boring market research, one of them is also free. Oh, the mug. Oops. I guess
Who
you can buy the
put
mug on the courses tab.
that there?
Tech CEO, where'd you go? How to do your own research guide is also totally free. And that's one that Alex authored, and it's excellent. It is a great step-by-step introduction to this process that everyone is always touting on Twitter and TikTok and everywhere else. Do your own research, do your own research. Well, how do I do that? Well, this is a process that anyone can follow in just a few minutes to start working that out. But we've also got Will's research guide, which is a template, the template he uses when he does altcoin research. We got the top TA tools and indicators, and then scroll up really quick. We've got classes. We took the time to do so many people ask us course recordings. That's it. Don't give me vertigo now. Come on. I just drank that rancid champagne. These are 2-hour seminar course recordings. Learn at your own pace. There are 4 of them. And we did these courses because the most common questions we get are the same. They're the same questions from the same people. How do I buy crypto? How do I avoid the scams? How do I earn passive income on my crypto? What wallet should I use? All these questions are answered in these 4 foundational courses. You can take them in a weekend. And right now you can get them for $15.99 each. Or the real secret sauce is you can sign up for a membership on our site. It's a free trial, 7 days. And you can get these for $6 each. We're increasing the price of membership in 2 days. And we're increasing the price of these courses in 2 days. You can totally learn with us for free. I get it. Money is prohibitive. We don't want you to feel like you have to spend money to learn with us. That's why we're here 4 days a week doing live shows. That's why we've got the free Discord server where anybody can come and learn. But I highly recommend if you want to become a confident level 1 crypto user, you don't want to spend years here like Alex and I have, making mistakes, losing money. The fastest way to do that is to get a copy of those courses, sit down on a weekend and watch them, come to the Discord or the show with your questions, and you'll be set. You will be ahead of 99% of all people that are walking the planet Earth when it comes to cryptocurrency. You can go to Thanksgiving dinner and tell your cousin Carl, who wants you to buy Dogecoin, why Bitcoin has value or whatever. You can start thinking about working in the industry. You can have a segment on the pod. I don't know what to promise him, Alex, except to say that it is our contribution to help you rise up and write a better future, to get involved in the Web3 movement.
This is true. I have a couple more guides too to get up there. I want to put a few more free things on. I don't know is that the quick guide or is that the big guide? The free one that's up there right now.
I don't know the difference between the quick version and the big version, but I do feel like that we're missing an opportunity to name the products accordingly. Quick version?
No, I couldn't possibly do that. Quick and big. I have one that's just like, because I broke crypto research down into 3 phases, and whether or not you can like get yourself to phase 2 or 3 is indicative of, usually like how good you feel about something. So like phase 1 is this worth further research? And then phase 2 is like, okay, let's do the initial kind of batch of stuff. So it's like the quick check, the shallow dive, and the deep dive kind of a thing. That's a shorter one. That's like a 2-pager. Especially the folks who are already our premium members. That's the one. I'll give anyone who wants that one. I'll give that one to you for free. It's right there.
Hey, anybody who wants to give us feedback about what would be helpful is great, but especially our premium members, let us know what you want more of, what you need less of. And one more time, that course that I showed for Harmo is at theriseupmorningshow.com. You can reach out to me or Alex in the comments of any of our videos and just say, hey, how do I get that course? Or, hey, how do I get to your free Discord? And we'll let you know. The link for the Discord is on the screen here, or here at the bottom if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter. I've got the Rise Up Morning Show. You can find our Discord there. You can find the courses there, our memberships there. The only thing missing is you. So what do you think, Alex? I feel like I'm about well met. I think it's about time to do some final thoughts, some last questions, and maybe to preview for people tomorrow. We have our friend Katie Evans coming on the show to talk for the first part of it to our audience. She's the chief marketing and strategy, or maybe strategy and business development. Sorry, Katie. I got to get her title straight before she comes on tomorrow, but the official title she has in our hearts is she was the most impressive person we met at Bitcoin Miami 2021, bar none, far and away. Smart as a whip, super, super sharp. And Swarm is an institutional company looking to integrate DeFi in a regulatory compliant way. What were you going to
I vividly remember meeting her because I was like kind of, walking the perimeter at this party. And I was there with all of you guys. Was Mason at that one? I can't remember.
Yeah, Mason was there. That's right.
And someone was talking about something from the conference, some pitch, some presentation, whatever. And Katie's sitting there staring at this guy, like listening to him talk. And he's like giving her the sales pitch, the elevator pitch. And she's just like, that's all bullshit, right? You know that, right? And and he was just completely caught 100% off guard. I was like, I have got to talk to her. And because it was true. And Mac and I had watched this dude's presentation earlier, and he was like the host of this party that we were at, because he was the keynote speaker earlier in the day. And dude, it was like the dumbest project I've ever heard of in my life. It was so nonsense. And Katie's just sitting there like everyone else had been all over this dude for the whole night because he was loaded, had a shitload of money. They had gotten super funded, and it sounded super technical and great. And she was just like, "You're aware this is all trash, right?"
Yeah, and then
I like you.
I don't remember how we got in conversation with her, but I just remember being tremendously impressed with. She was not a crypto native, but had kind of come to crypto to work for Swarm. She was like a PR native. At her knowledge of the industry, and also like the kind of product they were building, it was, we're talking about Centrifuge and Ondo and all these RWA industry compliant plays. This was 2021, and Swarm was already like had regulatory compliant investment products for traditional finance investors, and she knew all of. And I was like, wow, okay, like way to go. And I remember we were on the patio, and Mac, I don't think had met her yet, and maybe you and I were talking to her, maybe it was just me, but I was like excited to introduce her to Mac, because I think we had both met her, and Mac was behind me, and before I could introduce her to him, he turned around and he said to me, he said, guys, this guy just pronounced ETH like Eth. He was like gonna bag on this guy, and I was like, and that's my co-founder Mac right there.
I do remember that.
She was not impressed.
Yeah. No, so that'll be a fun one. We don't usually get guests on the morning show because all of our friends live on the West Coast or in Europe and Asia, and the morning show time slot is just very prohibitive. So that'll be exciting.
Yeah. So check that out. But I don't know. Final thoughts, questions, suggestions, good jokes, word of wisdom. Joe said, tell your mom she's not too old to learn crypto, which I love and would agree with. We love moms, 100%. Dads,
Rude.
Uncles.
I was just on a call with a friend of ours, friend of the show, Nil, earlier today.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how, it's all well and good to talk about your crypto business on Twitter, but you are not talking to anybody who's not already there. No one's being onboarded on Twitter. And if you're not talking to people in other places like TikTok or like LinkedIn or like Facebook, you're just not doing it. It's not doing it right.
I tried talking my mom into it. It's a no. LOL. And the cutoff point is grandmas. LOL. I don't know. We got a couple of grandmas.
Carol,
plenty of grandmas. Yeah, plenty of not just Carol. We got plenty of grandmas.
Carol is literally a grandma in the trenches. Okay.
Misty, Carol's... I believe is I think Misty is a grandma. We have we could go down the list. We got grandmas. Okay.
Grandmas are in the trenches. Okay. Anyone fading grandmas is really, really, really doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong.
You're really doing it wrong if you're not bullish on moms and grandmas.
Yeah, no, we love people.
My mom is actively out trading every single person in this stream right now.
Dude, your mom is so...
Including me. The number of times a day I get a message or a comment like, when Alex's mom trading software.
And also, she's just so non-pretentious and humble about it. She'll be like, well, I'm staking my ETH for 4%. Can I add to that? Or can I trade this? Or, is this where she just asks non-assuming questions and executes trades occasionally, successfui.
Yeah. She logs in, she's like, oh, wow, this is a great price. This is down really big. I'll buy a little bit. Oh, this is up really big. Can I just take a quick sidebar to say I am so unbelievably bullish on how many grandparents are speaking up in the chat right now?
I love it too. Let me just give a round of applause to the grandparents. Yeah.
Dude, hell yeah.
Absolutely. One of my favorite comments to get is when somebody says in my comments, grandma here or I feel like Gen X is starting to hit that age where they are identifying as old, and I don't think of Gen X
Yep.
people as old because I'm
No.
a millennial, and I feel like a lot of my I looked up to that kid growing up. People were like Gen Xers, like cool Gen Xers, So
Yeah.
you guys, the boomers, everybody, you guys aren't old.
Plus, anybody like taking a valiant stand to stay on the bleeding edge of this text, it's not easy. Like, if you have a good teacher, you can break it down, you can understand this stuff for sure. Like, it's not as complicated as people think, but it moves very quickly. There's a lot to keep up with. There's a lot to read and a lot to learn and a lot to watch out for, and lots of predatory extractive practices. Like, if you're here doing all that, you're not old. I don't care how many years you've been on this planet. So I would not call anybody who's actively like, dude, Carol is 82 years young, crushing it in the trenches constantly. So
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
You see
care how
this
many years
comment
you've been
about our Shure mic? Somebody said, Evan, is that Shure that good, or is your voice that smooth? A lot of compression goes a long way.
The microphone is really good.
The microphone. We're going to have these microphones at ETH Denver next week. So tomorrow you'll enjoy one last day of us in our traditional setting. Alex is going to fly off to Disney World. We're going to get some shut-eye here at the Memphis house and pack our dog and pony show on the road, because next week we're going to be at ETH Denver. So make sure you jump in the Discord, connect with us there, come back to the show tomorrow. And remember, whether you're old or young, you're never too late to start learning. What you got? Send us off.
Say, just because it's going to be here before we know it, and if you are around and happen to be in the area, we will also be in Toronto. And let me get the date. Really
and maybe we can try and plan a side event for that. We kind of missed the ball in Denver. If you're in Denver and you're gonna be in Denver next week, like, reach out to us. Usually don't send us a DM. These are our only profiles. We're never gonna message you first. And we would prefer you don't directly message us here, because we get so many DMs, mostly from scammers, that we'll probably lose them. The best way to connect with us is in the Discord or in a comment on our videos. But we'll never DM you. These are our only accounts. Anybody who messages you first, whether it's us or another creator you follow, is trying to scam you. Whether it's here, whether it's in the Discord, and you're like, oh my God, Alex is reaching out to me. No. That's a scammer. Just block them. We're sorry about it. We know about it. We're working on getting verified. In the meantime, if you want to reach out to us because you're going to be in Denver, let us know. We'll meet up.
Yep.
Toronto.
And we'll be in Toronto mid-May. The conference is May 14th through 16th. I like to get to that one. I like to get to at least a day early, and I like to be open to staying a day late, because there are so many great side events at Consensus. That's really why you go to Consensus. It's my favorite conference. I will shill it all day long. I'm not sponsored by Consensus, but I'll shill it all day long. It's also really good virtual passes. You can watch most of the stuff happening there for free. But we will also be there, working on all of those arrangements. I would love to do something while we're up there for sure. I have to connect with some people in Toronto and see about getting some help hosting some sort of an event, but that would be really fun.
Me too. And we're going to be, somebody mentioned Shifi in the comments, which would be a dream collaboration. Check them out. They're going to be at Denver, and we already have an event that we've booked that day, but they have a Wednesday event that I would love to try and connect with them while we're there, because that's a name that comes up a lot in conversation when people hear what we do. They're like, oh, have you guys heard of Shifi? And I'm always like, yeah, but I don't personally know them. Do we know them personally, Alex? Do we have a connection?
Yeah, we do, kind of.
Sounds like you screwed it up.
Evan does some work with them.
Who?
Evan might be the degree of separation between.
Who is Evan? Evan, my Evan? The other Evan?
Evan.
She's not my. She's our Evan, but I found her first. Evan McMullen. Yeah, I love Evan McMullen.
Yeah,
I'll ask her.
She's connected with them. I'm 99.9% sure.
Okay, cool. Then we'll definitely have to do a collaboration.
And Katie says that Katie's in this cohort for Shifi. That would be great.
Oh, cool. Good for you. I hope you're learning a ton. I hope you're connecting with people, taking advantage of it, and put in a good word for us over there and let them know. I mean, if they need help or support or amplification, let them know that the fellas over at the Rise Up Morning Show, just because we're all a bunch of straight white dudes who can't seem to get a break. We absolutely love platforming people who don't look like us, and would love to have them on our show anytime. Please let them know. Yeah, or feel free to make the introduction, because that's you don't have to feel like you're pimping us, and we can do it.
If you're in Toronto and interested in connecting with us at Consensus, just find us in Discord and let us know that you're there, and we will make sure that people know where they can meet up with us and find us when we're in.
Same for ETH.
When we're in the city.
Thread.
And if you're looking for the Discord link, it's right here above my head on TikTok, and it
Hang
is
on, gotcha.
going to be right below me here on Twitter and YouTube and whatnot.
That's
Sweet,
it, man.
good deal. Yep.
My champagne's
Well met.
gone. My mouth is dry. I'm well met. Thank you very much for being the best part of what we do. We'll see you in the Discord, and we'll see you back here tomorrow, my friends. Until then, everybody, stay safe, be well. Until next time.